Hello and welcome to the 5 at 5, where we cover 5 stories of the week at 5 o'clock. I'm your KOTA Now host, Diana Cohen, and thank you for your patience. Today is going to be looking just a little bit different, as anyone who happened to catch our 5:30 broadcast probably heard about the Microsoft outage. So we have still been adjusting from that earlier today. So thank you very much for understanding that. Our first story that we will be covering is that blood banks are running severely short on blood and are urging everyone to roll up their sleeves to help save a life. The nonprofit blood bank Vitalent is facing an emergency shortage of type O blood, dropping to an 18-month low. Type O blood is in high demand, with only 9% of the population having the most in-demand type, type O negative. O negative can be given to patients of any blood type, while O positive can be given to anyone with a positive blood type. Approximately 46% of the population has type O blood, which is crucial to overcoming this shortage. But Vitalent Communications Manager Tori Robbins urges people of all blood types to donate to keep a safe blood supply for when patients need it.
Only about 3% of the population actually donates blood, while well over 80% of the population is using blood. So those scales are tipped in the opposite direction most of the time, causing shortages like this. So highly encourage everybody, if you've never donated blood or if you've donated blood before and just fallen off the routine, please come back in and donate, because patients do need your life-saving units.
According to Vitalent, one blood donation can save up to 3 lives. If you're interested in donating blood, visit one of the Vitalent donation centers, which can be found through a link in the description. Sticking with the medical stories, not long after the plague was reported in the Badlands, Pennington County reported a case of measles. After testing positive at Monument Health in Rapid City, the South Dakota Department of Health said the adult became infected with measles after traveling overseas. People may have been exposed to the infection at Black Hills Urgent Care on Mountain View Road on July 9th from around 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. or at the emergency department waiting room at Monument Health Rapid City on July 12th from about 5 p.m. to midnight. A Monument Health spokesperson says measles was nearly completely eliminated with the MMR vaccine, but there continues to be outbreaks around the world.
What we're currently seeing is potential measles being introduced to the United States through international travel. And measles is important because it's very infectious. So one person will has the ability to usually infect 18 susceptible people.
According to the CDC, measles symptoms appear 7 to 14 days after contact with the virus. So if you believe you may have been exposed at these locations during these times, please do keep in mind. Moving over to some upcoming events this weekend, volunteers set a record for this music festival. Organized by Sioux Falls-based organization Lifelight Communications, Hills Alive, which has been held in Rapid City for nearly 40 years, features more than a dozen Christian musical performers. The Hills Alive stage setup has already been completed ahead of the weekend, and Lifelight's executive director said this is the earliest stage setup has been completed in the festival's history. Vice President and COO John Setzer said volunteers persevered through this week's scorching temperatures to get everything ready.
This community supports this festival, and we have a tremendous group of volunteers that are here and they're ready to work, and they work long hours, and it's just amazing to see what the people in this community and the volunteers are doing here.
This year's Hills Alive has a host of new features to go with the music, including BMX and skateboarding shows in Main Street Square Saturday from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. There will also be activities for kids near the main stage in Memorial Park. The concert is free to attend, and artists will be on stage Saturday and Sunday from noon to 10 p.m. Another upcoming event, off-road trail bikes are rolling through parts of the KOTA territory for the Get On Adventure Fest. Our Eric Weselick tells us more in Sturgis, and for those who caught our last live, we will actually be able to hear Eric tell us the story, which will be very nice because he did a very good job.
Get On Adventure Fest, or ADV Fest, at the Buffalo Trip has motorbikes exploring the dirt tracks of the Black Hills.
These guys are here to escape their normal life and come have a little adventure, add a few stories to their lives, answer the call of the Black Hills, which most people don't know has hundreds of miles of great trails that are becoming well known around the world.
Around this time, we see Harley and Indian motorcycles cruising down the roads of the Black Hills and Custer State Park. But in the trees and on the trails, motorbikes are exploring the inside of the hills.
For 43 years we've been getting people to come ride through the hills like that, but there's also back off the road kind of stuff. It's the same deal. We got the best trails in the whole friggin' planet out here. Might just as well be out riding on them instead of just being on the highway with the cars.
7 different manufacturers, including Suzuki, BMW, and Triumph, are letting riders take their motorbikes out on the tracks, and with many different events, participants are being kept busy with activities.
Some of the events you'll find here is you'll have some music in the evening, you'll have some presentations on stage, some classes on how to ride, you'll have gatherings and dinners, and you'll have, during the day, people will go out and ride together and hit the trail.
Tickets are available at the gates of the Buffalo Chip and cover all 4 days of the event. Reporting from the Buffalo Chip, I'm Eric Weselick.
Thank you very much, Eric. Nice to hear your voice again. We are finishing up this live with only weeks left to act, and we will be reminding everybody about this $69 million program we are losing time on. South Dakota risked losing this $69 million for a program that supporters say would reduce energy bills and support environmental sustainability. The federal Energy Efficiency Rebate Program encourages homeowners to practice energy efficiency by offering financial incentives called rebates. The Department of Energy says households who participate in this program could save 30 to 40% a year on energy costs and save up to 30 to 100% on appliances. Governor Kristi Noem will have to decide if South Dakota participates by August 16th. If South Dakota does not give a formal notice of its participation, that $69 million will go to other participating states. Kelly Moore, the chairman for the Coalition for Home Energy Efficiency Rebates Program, says the program would help support lower-income homeowners in South Dakota.
In every community, everybody is at a different stage in income levels. And if we can help support the lower income and the middle income, that only increases their quality of life. And that's what it's all about. If you increase the quality of life of the bottom people, everybody prospers.
Moore wants supporters to write to the governor to encourage the state's participation by the deadline to take advantage of this program. You can find contact information for the governor at governor.sd.gov. Well, that concludes our 5 at 5 today. It was very nice to see you all again. I have been your KOTA Now host, Diana Cohen, and we will see you for next Friday's 5 at 5, where we cover 5 stories of the week at 5 o'clock. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful night.